Hey friends, Mike here, and here we are in the summertime, getting ready to open things back up. I got the summer haircut finally. Boy, my head feels light. Well, anyway, still kind of not exactly quarantined, but still teaching online. And I want to talk about some specific things about technique today, a lesson in technique. Many of you are preparing for RCM exams, Royal Conservatory, Toronto, and I'm going to talk about scales and how to prepare a little bit. This is a very specific point from level 5. So some of my students are doing level 5, and it's a pivotal level as you've reached beyond the elementary level for sure. It's very challenging. So as you know, there are 15 scales at this level, including the chromatic and the slur scales. Well, today we're going to talk about common shapes. And just for example, so the G major scale is in second position all the way through a 2-octave scale. So the scale here, the cadence chords. Now, I'm not concerned today with some musical aspects like the key signatures or the even the fingerings today, except for the shifts. I want to talk about the shapes. So the G major scale is in second position. If you look across the page on this, like I'm on page 24 now, 25 directly across from that is the A flat scale. Guitarists have the advantage of movable chord forms and also scale forms. And when you're using open strings, you can't really have this advantage. This scale, A flat major, now even though it's got 4 flats and it's not related to G major, which has 1 sharp, you can just move from the 3rd fret, second position, second finger up to the 4th fret, and play the exact same shape. Same scale, shape-wise, and the chords, the cadence chords, are the same shape, just a half step higher. Now, we don't want students to rely totally on this and muscle memory and that sort of thing. We want you to understand the circle of fifths. We want you to understand the key signatures. We want you to synthesize the information of music history, music theory, your repertoire, etudes, all that good stuff. It's all vitally important. But just to get, when you have 15 scales, which you have to memorize, you want to find these things as common ground with the scales, the shapes, the cadence chords, and the actual notes of the scale. So that's G and A flat major. Let's take a look at another. The D major in 2 octaves in 4th position. Actually, that one has an earlier shift. Then the chords. That's not an easy one. If you look across the page, the bottom of page 25, you'll see, in the 2018 technique book, by the way, you'll see D flat major scale, 1 octave. Now you don't have the common fingerings here, but you do have the common chords. And these chords are going to be in the 4th fret. So you see I've knocked out a couple of things there. Now the RCM technique book, they don't go neatly in the circle of fifths, but they do group scales into the major and then the harmonic and melodic minors, which are relative minors to the respective majors. So I've just given you a way to synthesize some things there. Now let's look at 2 more sets of scales. The B minor harmonic, and you have to watch these shifts. You don't want to get too used to the muscle memory where you automatically stay in one position, because there are a couple of subtle shifts here, and then to watch out for that E natural. Now the harmonic minor, it's the same coming down, of course. Then you have to shift back to what's fourth position, and then second position, then the cadence chords. The chords are really excellent to isolate and practice separately because you can tell they can reveal some tuning problems at times. So you have to take time to really relax the hands and make sure you're making a solid contact with all the strings and that you're not slightly bending out of tune like I just did. But anyway, so that's the B minor harmonic. You can take that same shape, move down a fret. We were in second position for the B minor. Now we're in first position for B flat minor. You have the same shift. Watch out for the shift to the fourth position here. Then the same coming down, same chords, except this time, instead of the 7th fret, you're on the 6th fret. So that's the B minor harmonic and the B flat minor harmonic. You can do the same thing with the B minor melodic and the B flat minor melodic. And of course, you know the melodic minor scale, you have to watch the 6th and 7th scale degrees ascending. They're going to raise 1/2 step. On the way down, they're going to lower back down 1/2 step. In this case, from A sharp to A natural and G sharp to G natural. Watch out for the leading tone in the harmonic or the melodic minor, because you have a A sharp with a 1 finger and then a B with 3. Don't reach for the C. And then immediately descending, you're going to alter those notes. So those are some tips for synthesizing your information, shortening the work a little bit. It's not less knowledge, it's just a way to put things together a little more simply. So you're not just fighting this note for note battle all the time. So I hope you've enjoyed this. There is a lot more coming down the pike here, so I appreciate your time. If you like this, you enjoy this, you can use it. Please forward. Please show people who are preparing for serious guitar study, and please subscribe. Thanks.